Staff members, and my dear students, wishing you all a very good morning. Today we gather here to celebrate National Startup Day, and we are honored to have with us Dr. Harpreet Singh, our respected Director Sir, to have a discussion on awareness session on innovation and startup, organized by IISc Group. So I invite the Director Sir, please join us on stage.
Teachers and my dear students, so today we have gathered here for the celebration of National Startup Day 2025. So on this particular day, we have arranged an awareness session on sustainability, innovation and startup need of the hour. Dear students, as all of you know that India has been a nation of innovations since centuries. The glaring examples of innovation are the plastic surgery techniques developed by Sushruta, establishment of ancient Nalanda University in 5th century as an excellence of learning, Startup India, telecom, and there are many more examples of innovation as far as our country is involved. But if we talk about the present era, the present era is the era of cutthroat competition among various business organizations. So now it is impossible for organizations to survive in this competitive and volatile business environment with just Me Too products. So therefore, many organizations, they have already started focusing on continuous innovations and research which is required for long run survival and sustainability. Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi says that startups, technology and innovation are exciting and effective instruments for India's transformation. So students, today there is a need to address the early failures of brands, unique business environment with sustainable innovations so as to achieve the target of becoming the second largest economy in the world. So dear students, as far as the sustainable innovations are concerned, like what is the meaning of sustainable innovations? First of all, we will come to know that sustainable innovation means the development and implementation of products, processes or services that make a positive contribution environmentally, socially as well as economically. So three key areas are there. Number one is environment, impact on environment. Number two, impact on society. And number three, the impact on economy of the country, economy of the organization, economics ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਾਂ relate ਕਰਕੇ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ. So what do you mean by environmental sustainability? First of all, environmental sustainability focuses on minimizing ecological footprint of business operations, that is practices to reduce the energy consumption and greenhouse emissions in the various organizations. Then investing in solar, biomass and wind energy, that is creating the renewable sources of energy. And the next is adopting water conservative practices. So many companies, they have started adopting the water conservative practices, and then implementing waste reduction, recycling and responsible disposal practices. So this is in brief about the environmental sustainability. And then what is social sustainability? Social sustainability focuses on the well-being of employees, on the well-being of community and the society at large. That is why many organizations, they are investing or they are offering educations to students. They are offering healthcare initiatives as well as the skill development programs. Then next is economic sustainability. Economic sustainability means providing long-term value for shareholders in terms of economics. That is creating sustainable supply chains, partnering with the suppliers, creating circular economy, investing in research and development, then corporate governance, that is ethical conduct should be there as far as the governance of the organization is concerned. So as far as perspective of the organization is concerned, it takes into account not only profits and return on investment, but also how the company focuses on the environment, how the company focuses on the natural resources and the future generations. I mean to say the impact of the organization processes, impact of the organization process on the natural resources, on the future generations, on the environment. So nowadays many companies, they are already started focusing on these initiatives which I have already mentioned, that is sustainable environmental initiatives, then ecological, economical initiatives, and third is social initiatives. Many examples are there. Let us take the example of TCS. TCS is taking up social sustainable initiatives such as providing education to the various students, then healthcare initiatives, offering skill development programs for the youngsters. Similarly, ITC is water positive organization, carbon positive, solid waste recycling positive, moreover engaged in sustainable agriculture. Similarly, as far as Infosys is concerned, Infosys is adopting environmental sustainability, green building and social sustainable initiatives. Nowadays, many startups are there which are growing like anything. Various startups like Prakritik, Shrestha, Tiny Acre, these startups are involved in organic food businesses. Similarly, Urja, Fourth Partner Energy startup, they are involved in the solar panel businesses. And there is one more startup of the name Green Jewels. Green Jewel is involved in solar water heater technology. So students, as all of you are from management or commerce stream, you know how to calculate the pricing of the product. but as far as but we are missing one thing while calculating the price of the product. The price of the product do not take into account the external costs associated with the production of electricity from the coal. Number two, climate change damage costs associated with the emissions of carbon dioxide. ਕਾਰਬਨ ਡਾਈਆਕਸਾਈਡ ਗੈਸਿਸ ਨਿਕਲ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨੇ, ਕਲਾਈਮੇਟ ਡੈਮੇਜ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਵਾਲੀ ਕੋਸਟ ਕਲਾਈਮੇਟ ਨੂੰ ਜੋ ਡੈਮੇਜ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜੋ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟਸ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਿਲ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਕਲਾਈਮੇਟ ਚੇਂਜ ਡੈਮੇਜ ਕੋਸਟ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਡ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ, ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ। then the damage costs associated with the air pollutants which are providing harmful effect on your health, which are impacting the crops, the agriculture products. These costs are not included in the price of the product. These are excluded from the price of the product. But these costs are very, very important. So therefore, students, sustainable innovations are the need of the hour. As far as the objective of sustainable marketing is concerned, that is to reuse, reduce and recycle. A recent report was released by the Climate Department of the world, which says that the out of a list of 20 top most polluted cities, 14 are in our country. So like which is the situation is very, very dangerous for us. The most polluted cities out of list of 20, 14 are in India. So therefore, keeping in view of it, the sustainable innovations are the need of the day, so as to have positive impact on our environment, to have positive impact on our environment, economy and society. Above all, to achieve the goal set by the United Nations for 17 sustainable goals, that is 17 SDGs. You know what are the various 17 SDGs? How many of you know? 17 sustainable development goals which are developed by the United Nations. ਕਿਹੜੇ goals ਨੇ 17? So we all should know the different goals set by the United Nations, which are like required to be achieved for the survival of life on this earth. Otherwise it will be harmful for the future generations to survive on the earth. So dear students, many examples are already in the market as far as the sustainable innovations are concerned. One example I would like to share, that is of electric vehicle. An electric vehicle is a very good example of sustainable innovation, so which works on the principle of clean energy. Then another example of Green Mountain Coffee Roasters. They provided training to 4,500 farmers for the adoption of water smart agronomic practices, thereby boosting farmers' income by 28%, at the same time conserving the 120 million liters of water. So there is an initiative by our worthy Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, that is Invest India. Invest India has been a landmark initiative by the worthy Prime Minister of India to boost the entrepreneurship in our country, to boost the startups in our country, because startups connect the local growth. Startups provide the jobs to the locals, thereby increases the income of the locals. Many examples of innovators, you already know. Amazon is one such example, then Uber, Ola, then Baizu, then Zomato. So many examples of business model of innovators are available in front of all of us. Amazon became the biggest bookseller in the world without owning a store. Amazon ਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਕੋਈ ਸਟੋਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ, ਈਵਨ ਦੈਨ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਬੁੱਕ ਸੈਲਰ ਹੈ Amazon. Uber, Ola ਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਕੋਈ ਟੈਕਸੀ ਹੈ? ਕੋਈ ਟੈਕਸੀ ਡਰਾਈਵਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ. Even then they have created a unique taxi business. Similarly, you see how the Zomato is working. Zomato is connecting customers as well as the sellers, restaurants with the customers. So they all are adopting a sustainable competitive advantages. So students, at last I will share one thing, that remember, sustainability is the key driver of innovation. Sustainability is very important. So in future, only companies adopting the sustainable business practices will survive in the market, will grow in the market, and why they will grow or they will survive in the market? Because the companies who will provide the sustainability feature, they will provide the competitive advantage to the companies, to the customers. If sustainability as the competitive advantage will be provided to the consumers, naturally the businesses will grow. So there is a linkage between sustainability, innovation and growth. Innovations are very important for the survival of the businesses. But the innovation should be sustainable innovation, which is the need of the hour, so as to protect the future generation, so as to protect the environment. The innovation must be sustainable innovation. If the innovation will be sustainable, naturally it will provide the competitive advantage to the organizations, and in turn the organizations will grow. So with these words, I wrap up my lecture here, and expect that all the students on this day of National Startup Day, they will think on creating their own businesses. They will plan to start their journey with small ideas. So thank you very much, students.
I'd like to thank our ISC group for conducting such an fruitful session with the students, and thank you students for your patience listening. Thank you so much everyone.